everyone, welcome back to VeloView, your home for deep dives into the most iconic cars ever made. Today, we're taking a smooth ride back to the golden age of British luxury to explore the 1970 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, a car that didn't just define an era, it redefined what it meant to travel in style. The Silver Shadow was a turning point for Rolls-Royce, a brand that had long been known for its stately, old-fashioned machines. With this model, Rolls-Royce stepped boldly into the modern world, blending traditional craftsmanship with advanced technology and a sleeker, more contemporary design philosophy. It wasn't just another luxury car, it was a statement of progress wrapped in elegance. The Silver Shadow first appeared in 1965, replacing the Silver Cloud series that had carried the Rolls-Royce name through the 50s and early 60s. But by 1970, the car had reached its most refined and desirable form. The biggest change came in its construction. For the first time, Rolls-Royce moved away from the old body-on-frame setup and adopted a monocoque, or unibody, design. This was a bold step, marking a complete departure from tradition. The new structure allowed for a lower, more modern stance and provided better rigidity, which translated into improved handling and comfort. The Silver Shadow looked lighter, more elegant, and more in tune with the times, while still maintaining that unmistakable Rolls-Royce aura of authority and grace. When you first see a 1970 Silver Shadow, you're immediately struck by its quiet confidence. It doesn't shout for attention, yet it draws every eye in the room, or in this case, on the road. The design is subtle but powerful. The long, flat hood leads your gaze to that iconic Rolls-Royce grille, a handcrafted piece of sculpture crowned by the spirit of ecstasy, gleaming proudly like a symbol of motoring perfection. The proportions are near flawless, with balanced lines and a gentle curvature that catches the light beautifully. Every piece of chrome trim, every contour of the body, feels deliberate and refined. The Silver Shadow isn't just a car, it's presence on wheels. Step inside, and you're greeted by what can only be described as rolling luxury. The interior of the 1970 Silver Shadow is a masterclass in craftsmanship. Everything you touch feels opulent and authentic, made from the finest materials available. The seats are upholstered in hand-stitched Connelly leather, soft and aromatic, offering that signature Rolls-Royce comfort that feels more like a private lounge than a car seat. The dashboard is a symphony of polished walnut veneer, its rich grain glowing warmly in the ambient light. Every switch, knob, and lever feels purposeful, smooth, and satisfying to the touch. Thick wool carpeting covers the floor, and even the smallest details, like the chrome trim around the air vents, are executed with obsessive precision. It's a cabin that reminds you this isn't a car built for mass consumption, it's a car built for the fortunate few who expect nothing less than perfection. But the Silver Shadow wasn't just about looks and luxury, it was about innovation, too. Rolls-Royce was determined to make it the smoothest, quietest, and most comfortable car in the world, and they succeeded. One of its most remarkable features was the hydropneumatic self-leveling suspension system, developed under license from Citroën. This technology automatically adjusted the ride height, keeping the car perfectly balanced regardless of passenger load or road conditions. The result was an almost magical driving experience, one that felt as if the car was floating on air. Combine that with extensive soundproofing and perfect insulation, and you had a ride so serene it could make a modern luxury car feel noisy by comparison. Powering the 1970 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow was a 6.2-liter V8 engine, a beautifully smooth power plant that delivered around 200 horsepower. While that might not sound overwhelming by today's standards, power in a Rolls-Royce was never about brute strength, it was about effortless motion. The engine was paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission from General Motors, chosen for its reliability and seamless operation. Together, they delivered power in a way that was quiet, refined, and utterly dignified. The car could reach 60 miles per hour in about 11 seconds, but acceleration was so smooth that you barely felt it. It wasn't about speed, it was about grace, about the sensation of unstoppable momentum wrapped in silence. On the road, the Silver Shadow was a revelation compared to earlier Rolls-Royce models. The new unibody construction and suspension gave it a level of stability and handling that made driving it far more enjoyable, without sacrificing comfort. Power-assisted steering made it surprisingly light to maneuver for such a large vehicle, while disc brakes on all four wheels provided excellent stopping power. The car felt planted, balanced, and secure, whether you were cruising down a motorway or gliding through city streets. It was a car that made every journey feel significant, every turn of the wheel an act of elegance. Technologically, the Silver Shadow was one of the most advanced cars of its era. In addition to its self-leveling suspension, it featured an innovative braking system that used hydraulics to provide consistent, effortless braking performance. The attention to detail was staggering. Everything from the door seals to the climate control system was engineered to make the experience of driving or riding in a Silver Shadow as comfortable as possible. Even the doors closed with a soft, satisfying click, a detail Rolls-Royce engineers spent years perfecting. By 1970, the Silver Shadow had cemented itself as the ultimate expression of luxury motoring. It became the car of choice for royalty, celebrities, diplomats, and those who had truly made it in life. But unlike some luxury cars that flaunt their wealth, the Silver Shadow was more discreet. It was sophisticated rather than showy, confident rather than loud. It was a symbol of success for people who didn't need to prove anything to anyone. Of course, owning a Silver Shadow came with its responsibilities. Maintenance was complex and expensive, as everything was hand-built and finely tuned. But to those who owned one, the reward was beyond measure. The feel of the steering wheel, the gentle hum of the engine, the scent of leather and wood, it all combined into an experience that transcended ordinary driving. It wasn't just about getting from one place to another, it was about savoring every moment of the journey. Even today, more than 50 years later, the 1970 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow continues to be admired and cherished by collectors and enthusiasts around the world. It stands as a symbol of timeless design and engineering excellence. Many consider it the car that bridged the gap between old-world luxury and modern automotive innovation. Its influence can still be seen in today's Rolls-Royce models, from the emphasis on craftsmanship to the commitment to delivering the smoothest ride possible. The Silver Shadow represents the point where tradition met technology, and the result was pure elegance on wheels. So, that's our in-depth look at the 1970 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, a masterpiece of British luxury and a car that changed the game for the entire industry. It remains a shining example of how elegance, innovation, and craftsmanship can come together to create something truly timeless. If you enjoyed this review and love exploring the legends of automotive history, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow car enthusiasts, and most importantly, subscribe to VeloView for more classic car stories, reviews, and deep dives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.